This is a Secularist of the Year event. It's a special prize giving for somebody who's contributed something towards secularism in the preceding year. And it's sponsored by Dr. Michel Irwin. And we're very pleased to see such a good turnout for the event this year. We hope that the winner is going to be very deserving. And so everybody's having a great time. And this is going to be an annual event for the next 8 years. And Secularist of the Year is the highlight of the National Secular Society's year, and we hope it's going to be wonderful.
It's a great honour to be nominated for Secularist of the Year. Secularism is a very important component of democracy. Right now it's under attack. Myself and many others are trying to hold the fort to say that religious intolerance and religious privilege have to be resisted. Secularism is not the same as anti-clericalism. It's about saying that the state and religion should be separate. And that's the way it should be, both in the interests of a true democracy and also in the interests of people of faith. Because once one faith is privileged over another by the state, then inevitably the minor faiths, the unprivileged faiths, get persecuted. That's the history of the whole world. So secularism is a vital component of democracy, and I'm very proud to be part of this movement.
Well, it's an incredible privilege to be nominated, particularly at a time when it's so important that we have a fight back against the extension of religion all over the world. If I think about places I've reported from, whether it's Israel, Palestine, or Congo, or indeed East London, where religion is really wrecking people's lives, either whether it's convincing them that the West Bank belongs to them because God told them 2,000 years ago it did, whether it convinces them that if they blow themselves up they'll get 72 virgins in paradise. This is a time when we really need to peel back these backward superstitious ideas, so it's a real privilege to be a small part of that.
I'm feeling quite nervous, but I'm very glad to be here. It's lovely to see you all. And the first song is going to be in honour of Richard Dawkins, who may not be here, or may be here. I don't think he's here, but anyway, we hope he gets better if he's not. Won't take too many guesses what it's called. Ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. The things that you're liable to read in the Bible, it ain't necessarily so. David was small, but oh my, little David was small, but oh my, he fought big Goliath who lay down and died. Little David was small, but oh my. Now Jonah, he lived in a whale. Jonah, he lived in a whale. He made his home in that fish abdomen. Jonah, he lived in a whale. Now Moses was found in a stream. Moses was found in a stream. He floated on water till old Pharaoh's daughter, she fished him, she said, from that stream. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. They tell all the children the devil's a villain. Tain't necessarily so. Now Methuselah lived 900 years. Methuselah lived 900 years. But who calls that living when no gal was given? Not sure what that means. Methuselah lived 900 years. I'm preaching this sermon to show. I'm preaching this sermon to show. It ain't necessarily so.
It's really good to be here. I mean that. You usually just say it's great to be here wherever I am. But I can guarantee I'm not going to get chased out of the venue at the end. This is good. I'm not even joking. I have been chased down the streets of the Elephant and Castle by 5 Baptists. That was fun. I knew the gig was going to go wrong. I was watching from the sideline, and all the other comedians were finishing with the words, "God bless you, God is great," and I thought, oh dear, I should probably rethink my set. But I don't have anything else, so I went out and said my first sentence, which has the word Jesus in it, and they went, "Boo!" And I thought, oh dear, I haven't even said anything against him. I could be going, he's great, and do another joke about something else. But I should have pulled back, and I just went, don't boo him, he saved your lives. That made them even angrier. Then I collected my 60 quid and started running. It's the best gig of my life, in a way. But yeah, it's genuinely good to be here. And thank you for the lovely dinner as well. My God, it's a good choice of menu. You get a lot more choice than when Jesus cooks. It's just fish. Quite niche. Most people like chicken. Yeah, the only other people I've seen do that is Iceland Air. When I went to Iceland, the whole plane just went, no, oh, have you got chicken? No, oh, I'll wait. And I'd like to think that's what happened at the feeding of the 5,000, just a lot of chicken wanting going on and a lot of fish going off in the desert. But you think he'd know, wouldn't you, with his infinite wisdom, that most people like chicken.
No. As we've tried to let you know gently, and we only heard this morning, I lifted the telephone and there was this awful croak. Not even as... I don't think they're able to make it. He's obviously got a shocking cold. And we have got a message for him, which we're going to give you in a few moments. But I'm afraid he won't be presenting the prize for Secularist of the Year. And in fact, he said he didn't, whatever it was he had, he didn't want to give it to anybody else, and I can certainly understand that. So, Joan Smith has offered to stand in, come in there, Joan, as one of our honorary associates. I just want to thank you for standing in at such a late moment, and I don't know whether you want to say just a few odd things about the NSS or this general situation, and then we'll move on from there.
I wanted to say that if I'd known I was doing this, I would have brought my Oscar frock, so apologies for doing it in jeans. And, of course, delighted to be here and for the work of the National Secular Society, which seems to me almost tragic, so long after it was founded, that it's so necessary as it is today, when we face the most extraordinary incursions into our lives by various different religions. And it seems to me that the importance of making the argument for the separation between church and state has never been so important. We are facing it here. A few years ago, I was writing articles about what was going on in France, the demand that little girls should be forced to wear the hijab in schools, and people were saying to me, why are you making a fuss about this? And I said, because it's coming here. And I think the tide of unreason and the demand for a kind of return to a tribal organisation in which the individual doesn't matter and the tribe and the religion is able to determine all our lives is very, very frightening. So it's always an honour to do anything that I can for the NSS. So thank you, please.
How heartwarming. And I'm afraid the warning is one with which I think you all know I entirely subscribe. Now, we should really have a roll of drums at this moment, but I'm going to... Wonderful. As if from... Oh, no, can't. I'd now like to ask you to announce the winner of Secularist of the Year 2007.
And it goes to Mina Ahadi.
What I'd like to do is to tell you something about Mina. And it's a very, very gripping story for those of you who don't know.